in the previous month. It's a brand new month, and so we hope it's bringing nothing but the best. And we are in the election season. Very, very busy one. This very week, the Electoral Commission was nominating, our local government leaders. Those who are vying for various local government positions were getting nominated. In Kampala here, the Kampala Lord Mayorship, contest is now getting heated up with big names of Edirisa Muwonge, the incumbent, and NUP's Balimwezo. They got nominated this very week. And
Kasozi Ibrahim.
There's also Kasozi Ibrahim. Yes, I'd forgotten that FDC man is contesting on the FDC ticket. So those are three names that are really making the race very, very competitive. We're all waiting to see, is Edirisa Muwonge going to be dislodged, having been in the same position for the last 15 years, close to 15 years. Well, you may say that in the first term, things were not easy for him. At one point in time, he was impeached. Then later on, he was reinstated. NUP also allocated cards to those who are interested in local government, positions. And so many disappointments were seen. And those who are disappointed, they chose to find homes somewhere else. I can tell you that more than 10 people have since joined other, opposition political parties. Others have chosen to contest as independents. And now our eyes are now on the MP, flags. Rumor has it that a number of incumbents are going to be disappointed. And the big question we're asking, where is this going to leave the NUP when those whom they deny cards and they feel deserved them, they all choose to walk away? What will happen in the National platform? To discuss all this, I've been joined by Mr. Matovu Moses. He speaks for the National Economic Empowerment Dialogue, that is NEED. But I'm hesitating deliberately to say he speaks for it. Is it spokesperson? Because I was reading somewhere and the party president, Joseph Kabuleta, referred to him as former spokesperson of NEED. Are you the spokesperson of NEED or you're former? Who are you, sir?
So you are referring to a naive person, Kabuleta, who doesn't know even the constitution of his party.
The president of NEED.
We leave that to for another day, but I'm the spokesperson of my party.
Okay.
Yep.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Otim Levy Akona Pesa is a political analyst, affiliated National Resistance Movement. Good to have you once again, sir.
Thank you very much, and good morning to the viewers. Good morning to BTM family. Good morning, Edirisa.
Morning to you.
We're here to always deliberate on matters of national importance. And hopefully today we have a very engaging and prompt discussion.
Okay. Mr. Vianney Ngoma Matovu, he is the national coordinator of the Front for National Salvation, FRONASA, which President Museveni still speaks, highly of. He holds it in high esteem. He only attaches good things to the...
But those who are still in the party active, is it a party?
FRONASA?
Yeah.
It was a front.
It was a front.
Actually, a rebel outfit.
So now those who are... so is he proud of associating with rebels?
No problem.
But now, those rebels, as we speak now, they are all limping.
There?
They are limping.
He's not limping. The man is
I'm telling you, they are limping.
Let me go.
As in physical limping or financial...
In all cycles of life, he will tell you.
Good thing is their leader here.
Yeah, he will tell you.
Mr. Vian, good to have you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
The pleasure is having you. I will want to come back to you because there's a document you shared, and you talk about civic education. But I'll come back to you after my producer has fixed something. Mr. Producer, I'm waiting for you to fix something with Mr. Vian so that I go to him and he discusses this document. But first, Mr. Matovu, I want you to lay the record straight. The last time I had you here, good thing I had the same people. Gentlemen, you remember when we had him here, there were those differences they had with the NEED. And then subsequently certain things happened. So now, fill us in. Where is NEED? Where is it standing? who is in need, who's not in need? Please.
Thank you. I just want to make it clear that I'm the national spokesperson of NEED, nobody else, right? Secondly, the last time I was here, we were having those small issues. By then, we were small issues, but they grew into bigger issues. And as we speak now, the then president of the party is on suspension for 90 days. Was suspended by the National Executive Committee because we are mandated and we have the powers to do so according to our constitution. So he's serving his suspension of 90 days and was barred from using any property of the party, any slogan, anything to do with the party. So, but we have seen him of late launching his portrait, having pressers, but all those is doing is in breach.
I heard him actually.
Is in contempt.
I heard him rubbish the suspension.
Which is okay.
I heard him rubbish the
now,
suspension.
we have a procedure.
Okay.
If you want to rubbish the suspension, as you are calling it, the first procedure is one is you appeal. You appeal to the NEC, right? You write a formal letter. You petition with the NEC. You write a formal letter. Maybe you say, I don't agree with this for reasons. You lay them down, right? He didn't do that.
How can he appeal to the same organs you're talking about, which he doesn't recognize himself, because he doesn't recognize those positions, those organs rather.
Now that is why I told you that guy has a problem. He has a problem. He's been the president of the party. And we have a constitution. There is no you can have a party without a constitution. The constitution is very clear. The executive is there. Whether you recognize it or not, it is the executive you have. If you have to run your businesses, your party businesses, you have to run your party businesses with that executive you don't recognize. And that is why, for him, when he was suspending the national spokesperson, me, and the Secretary General, serving now, he was in a restaurant somewhere.
He also suspended?
He said...
Who suspended the other first? Was it you suspended him as president, or it was him suspending you first?
Actually, the best word to use is he attempted to suspend the spokesperson and the Secretary General while he was in a restaurant.
And you retaliated by suspending him?
I gave you that story. So I think people remember that. So, now, when he did that, and some other subsequent errors and misdeeds, we tried to call him to order. But because he refused, we eventually had no choice other than suspending him for 90 days. And this is a formal, it is in the law, and the Electoral Commission is aware, and we have filed our returns with them, we have officially written to them, and everyone responsible is aware of that. So, whether he recognizes that or not, and if he has not appealed against that decision, the decision still stands. He either goes to, now, if you feel not comfortable with the NEC, as you said, all right, you can go to the courts of law. You appeal against that. But he hasn't gone to the courts of law, the Museveni's courts, as he calls them, and he has not appealed, even in the party, because those are the two options he has. Otherwise, he's now left, if he's going to run for presidency, he's going to run as independent. Because as a party, we are not resolved to having a presidential flag bearer. And we don't have one as we speak now. And I don't
and
need
you're not
to
planning to field any?
We are not planning to field any.
Because you don't have an equivalent of Kabuleta. Without him, you don't have any other. I mean, challenge that. I'm just saying.
Now that
without him in the picture, you don't have any other person.
You are just becoming rhetoric, but I'm telling you have people. Personally, I can stand. I can stand for presidency. I have everything it takes to be a president of the Republic of Uganda. I am not interested as of now.
So am I right to think that without Kabuleta in the picture, NEED doesn't?
No!
And how do you respond to this person who says?
That is not the point. The issue is, it is not all about presenting presidential candidates. I think Ugandans are not interested in just having presidential aspirants. They are interested in seeing somebody potential enough to change the current system, to change the status quo, not just filling the bout or whatever.
But I'm wondering, Mr. Matovu, where this is going to leave NEED, a party, political party, that was entirely focusing on the economy. Everybody loved the narrative you were pushing.
And we are.
I mean, you used to invite us to our conventions.
Yes.
You traversed the entire country.
Yes.
And your agenda was
Kabuleta is one person. Let me be clear. A party is not a personal property. A party is a public entity where we have membership. We have members all over. You get my point? So, if Matovu goes, there are some other hundreds, the likes of Matovu, who can take up. So you want to mean that if I leave the position of a spokesperson, nobody else can fill in? So, if Kabuleta goes, after all, is an indisciplined leader? Do you need me to go through what? I think I told you. I was on this show. I told you some of the reasons why. You mean I have not come here before?
No, you told us.
After the suspension? After the suspension.
You were here after you guys.
After the suspension. After Kabuleta's suspension. I think I was here.
Yeah.
And I elaborated everything. Undisciplined person. Somebody who is tribalistic. You understand? Somebody who is dictatorial. There are so many negative attributes. I mean, I don't want to even talk about him. So, it is not a question of fielding candidates. It's not a question of having a presidential candidate.
So what's the way forward for NEED without Kabuleta in the picture?
Ever since we suspended him, we have been moving. Last week we are in Irila, officiating our... there are people who are going to stand on different positions for MP, mayor, Lira, mayor, then councillors. We had around 40 of them. In the middle of this week, our team was in Ibunyoro still. Okay? They were in Ibunyoro. At our party offices yesterday, some 2 guys nominated for the positions of councillor. One councillor C5, Lubaga division, another one, Machinde division. We have people standing for MP. We have somebody...
all coming on NEED ticket.
Yes, Omlangia Nachibinge Jojuko is going to stand for mayor, Machinde division. Now, what are you talking about? We are moving on.
Wait, who's going to endorse these people as their president?
Okay, anyway, you are a journalist. Maybe you could be having some knowledge of parties, how parties are run. How parties are run.
Journalist doesn't have any knowledge how parties are run.
Maybe that's where...
I wouldn't be asking these questions if I...
That's why you are asking such funny questions. How are you going to run? So you mean Kabuleta is the party?
Who's going to endorse them?
It is the Secretary General who has a stamp to endorse the candidates. By law.
Mr. Matovu.
It is by law. Now let me teach you. By law, it is the Secretary General that endorses. In the absence of the Secretary General, there is a Deputy Secretary General.
And where is the Secretary General? Is he affiliated to Kabuleta's camp or your camp?
No,
that's why I'm asking these questions. Because you are confusing
us.
He's
in my camp.
The last time I checked, Mr. Kabuleta was asking. If somebody asked, just 1 second. If somebody asked you, where are the headquarters of NEED?
Lubaga.
And the other day Kabuleta was sent to the headquarters.
I
have every right to be confused.
The unfortunate thing is, one, I've told you the man is on suspension. He's not supposed to conduct any single business on behalf of the party. And is doing all whatever you're saying as a person in suspension.
What's the role of Mr. Odaka?
I don't know.
In your NEED?
I don't know.
In the previous NEED, when you had him, what was his role?
He was, he had been appointed as the Secretary General of the pressure group then.
Now he's with Kabuleta.
But he's not on the executive.
So the Secretary is with the suspended president.
Okay. Let us
don't call my questions funny.
No, they are funny because I'm telling you what is in the law. For you are giving me street, whatever. I'm telling you the Secretary General we have him. The Deputy we have him. Everybody is with us. NEED is one party. The executive is one. The only person outside the executive is Kabuleta and another person in Ibunyoro. No. Odaka is not even on the executive. It's not part of NEED. Odaka left NEED 1.5 years ago. He resurfaced recently when we got a certificate. That's how he found Kabuleta. So I'm telling you what is within the law, not what is on the street. Kabuleta is operating on the streets of Zambia at his church offices. That is where he's transacting his business from. Our offices are in Ruwaga. You can go and find out.
This is a man who said that he cannot come and sit in a slum.
Yes. So he left the slum to the posh areas of Zambia, and is one person who's going for elections as independent, but the slum dwellers, he wants them to vote him.
Okay, Mr. Matovu.
But are you getting me? So, needy parties won, and we have no factions. The only person who suspended is Kabuleta.
So
only one person.
After the 90-day suspension elapses, what next? Are you going to reinstate him?
In the suspension letter, there are conditions. We are watching his behavior. If we see it fit for him to come back and be reinstated, we shall do so. We have the powers. If we see it's not fit to do so, to be reinstated, we shall forward that to the National Council or the Delegates Conference for them to determine whether they reinstate him or not.
Considering what is coming out of his mouth, I don't think
you are worried.
Yeah.
But all those conditions are in his letter, and he has the letter. So it's up to him to behave the way he wants. But for us as a party, we are following what the Constitution tells us to do.
All right, Mr. Matovu, let me switch to another Mr. Matovu Vian Ngoma. There's a document you shared with us here with the heading, Released Roadmap with No Indicators of Voter Education and Accredited Organizations for the Task. Mr. Producer, sir, in the studios, please share that document on the screen so that we can go through it, because it's very important. I've heard some people also caution the Electoral Commission for not doing enough civic education. And I'm seeing this document from you, gentlemen and ladies. Do you have ladies, by the way, FRONASA?
Yeah.
Please take us through this document. As you share it on the screen, Mr. Producer, what exactly are you implying in this document? And what is your intent?
We have been closely monitoring the activities of the Electoral Commission as mandated by the Constitution and other statutory instruments. They are not concerned with civic education, and at times they make it seasonal, which is not supposed to be. Civic education should be the basis to resolve what is with my comrades, politicians, having the problem of conformity. That is the problem of the conformity, which is necessary conformity. When you lose necessary conformity, because of the civic art being staggering, not enough to the level to accommodate, and there is patience and other qualities that are required. Because what you are calling bad behavior, to his sense of understanding, are good behavior. You will not meet there and then.
His sense of understanding.
Yes, his understanding. Everybody has his own wisdom of understanding and sensitizing things. That's why in the necessary conformity they say that in case there is a conflict and a change, your conformity shouldn't be an obstacle. These are causing obstacles and reaches of advancement. Now, at this time, with an unfair electoral commission, not even pushing things civically stable, to reach to the level of the consensus of the law at the delegates and other conferences.
Mr. Producer, I'm waiting for the documents.
For dismissals and restatements. Let me go direct to the civic education.
You know why I'm interested
This
in
is
that?
what
Just a second. Why I'm
this-
interested in that civic education? It's very important. In fact, my master's thesis was in that. Electronic media and civic education.
Yeah.
So that's where my thesis was. Now, when I saw this document, I was so much interested in it. Carry on.
So the civic education should run before the season of changing leaders comes in, because that's what caused the problems we had since the inception and the advent of political parties and self-governance. because of the European folly having colonized the information. Those who were first to deal in politics before us, they went in the Lancaster House without civic education. They failed to detect how the other government was running. They came with a conflict of independence where one was, the master was ceremonial, and the one who is supposed to be bowing the other with instruments of powers. That's why you find us not even running permanent ideologies, permanent agendas. When you go to the civic organizations and political parties in the outside world, most of them are of 17, 18. But ours, 2 days, it has gone away. And most of them are revolutionary organizations in names. You can tell me People's Front,
For freedom.
Democratic Front, and the
Why is
right.
that word front common in Uganda?
Fronts are conflicts of engagement
Front.
after failing to agree.
At one time,
when you
NEED
decide
was a
to
member of
read,
the coalition named the PFT.
when you decide to read civil disobedience of any
It
kind,
wasn't, man.
those are words which they are bringing to us because of civic education. So now we are requesting for investigations because that budget has been there since the institutionalization of that.
Because I've
commission.
seen the civil organization societies coming
And
out.
together,
Because-
it should be hooked together with Uganda Human Rights Commission, because Human Rights Commission also, when they went to the law, at first, Electoral Commission was running both civic education and voter education. But when they went in the legislature, they separated.
So there is Mr. Vian's document.
they
if you
left-
could scroll it. So, just
they left Human Rights Commission to do civic education. And even we contacted Human Rights Commission with a document urging them to conduct civic education. And the problem with
Your voice is not the first. I've had so many come out, but they were responded to by the Electoral Commission. I'm not sure what they said exactly, but I've seen various civil organizations, civil society organizations coming out to ask for empowerment to go and conduct civic
And they
education.
understand.
And they are not allocated enough space. Yes, what I saw, I think this was from this lady, Sarah Bileti, where at one point in time they were to be investigated by a former CMI.
Sarah Virete was about accreditation. There is where they are accredited civil organization to do civic voter education. That's why she was saying that when they apply to the Electoral Commission, then the Electoral Commission forwards and give veto powers to CMI, crime intelligence, and the like.
Yes.
So according to the law, it is very wrong. When somebody is not cited or suspected, you don't take him to those bodies. It is, now you are criminalizing an application. It's very unconstitutional and wrong. The Electoral Commission, it is the body mandated to vet you, not making it an offense. When it is going there, let me give you an example. A sign post on the road, when it is by military, even if they are not checking, it is written because of the law. What is bringing them on the road is security. They write, stop military check. When it comes by police, because police is being controlled by road safety on the road, there is no accident. They put a signpost, slow the speed, accident ahead. So according to the law you are applying, the Electoral Commission is doing what is, and they are even informing us that they don't know the act they are using to implement what they were assigned to. Because when you are taking need, they are applying to do civic education or voter education. You are taking them to crime intelligence. That those ones are supposed to manage criminal investigations. Now you are criminalizing an application to go to sensitize Ugandans. That's the problem with Uganda. And that one is being caused.
Briefly, what are you
that one is being caused by having an attorney general, solicitor general in a deep sleep. Because the solicitor general and the attorney general should come in by legal advice, advising and empowering. Because when they push out a document, any legislator, any judicial officer, any written document is a court order. The solicitor general in the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs should be coming out, not leaving us to come here and lament, because we are bringing constructive ideas, but the mandate to direct them, to implement them, is not there. It should be the Attorney General and the Minister with statutory instruments. Now Mao is in a sleep to guide the Electoral Commission to implement this law appropriately and in harmony. Because when you take it, what if the crime intelligence fails to write the language that they are not mandated to, and they write otherwise as they are supposed to? What should result out? This is why you see, because of criminalizing public affairs and national character, this is why it caused the intervention,
But why is
the illegal intervention of the military.
Involving these security organizations doesn't mean they are criminalizing it.
When you take them to be vetted by CMI, CID,
These are security organizations. And
no, they are security organizations on matters of criminal matters. They are not supposed to involve. When they involve, now the Electoral Commission is changing to a military one.
You cannot exclude
Because
security from
where is
political
an act? Where is an act?
Where there is politics, there must be security, you know that. So if these are political matters, then you have to involve the security.
Differentiate two, security and vetting. That one is not security, it's vetting to see whether I have the knowledge.
But they run concurrently.
Mr. Matovu, I can just help a bit. Now, for example, you can be hiring people here, okay, to work on this TV. You have your HR team, but you can involve police secretly to investigate on the people, maybe the one you want to be a manager or whatever, but it's not public. That you tell people you come here, you are subjected to CID, Kivuli, something like that. But you can hire those people because they are experts in that to do for you the job, and for you command, you know. But now for what he's talking about, when you involve same way, whatever, it's like you have detected this is sort of a criminal matter. Okay? That's why they jump in.
Do you gentlemen remember when some international or foreign civil organizations here were actually suspended or expelled because I hear they were bringing money to, there's this common organization, I'm forgetting the name. It was DGF. How was it? Was it suspended or expelled? How was it?
All that goes back to
expelled?
It goes back to like is it in those entities that are responsible. One, when we are bringing in money, say foreign money for the parties, it should not exceed 400 million. For any party to get money from abroad, not more than 400 million. We have FIA. What is the role of FIA? And now you telling me they brought in money and we don't know. FIA is there.
So going back, Mr. Vian, probably that's the reason why they need to be vetted. You guys need to be vetted. Security organizations.
That of my brother to involve the police also criminalize it. Anybody cooperate by any act of the parliament has the mandate. When you suspect me to have been collided with any law, you write the HR rights to the court the court retrieves. When you suspect that the papers I have brought are forged, you write to the bodies. They give you, they cannot refuse. You pay some fee. It doesn't require police. When you involve police, police cannot move without opening an SD reference. An SD reference is criminal investigation or. This is why you are changing our society into military and police. This is why police are the best managers, because you call for their intervention forcefully. You even force them to come in. Because the Electoral Commission now forced them to come in, because they said they were to sit with those expressing interests to contest, to harmonize and see the number of which contestants should come with. But they stood at their headquarters and directed that never read processions, never read this. The police jumped in. The snapshot we got from journalism and from the digital at the TVs were chaotic. Who brought chaos? Not police, the Electoral Commission. Of the Rakste, what my brother has talked about, Gadivengari of the Baganda. When you are assigned the role, be serious and manage it. This is why we have a problem in the legislature. Their acts doesn't help us. You go to the acts of our colonial masters in the United Kingdom. Every act must have an independent commissioner. When it is an act of elections, there must be an independent commissioner of elections whom you cannot check whether you are incumbent president. But for us, they give you party powers as a supreme and upper hands are within the ministry and the executive. So this is why you find somebody on duty by the law, telling you that I'm unable. This is order from above.
Mr. Tim?
Yes.
Also jump into the discussion. Probably these problems we encounter or see during every electoral season, very many people attribute it to lack of what Mr. Vian and the other people are saying, lack of civic education, stuff like that. Your take on that?
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, we had a discussion about that some time back. I think we had one of the lawyers that was with us on the panel. And as we're discussing, we raised on the issue of civic education. Now, civic education to any world, not only Uganda, is very vital, very important. And it should not only be to the elites, but to the informal sectors. Most people, by the way, don't know what is transpiring. And if you can look at the patterns of what has been happening with the Electoral Commission and then the general public, the lack of information within the public circulation has caused in a lot of things. We saw people contesting, or rather people who want to vie for positions of the president, walking with the caveras of Chikomando, this chapati and beans, and is walking in with the gumboots. So you see, then we also had another sector of border borders also taking their own. We had a little bit of comical people who came in. So you can see that lack of having a platform to engage the public has led to a point where people are taking this as a job. This is not a job. To be a leader of a country, there should be certain requirements that are needed. You should pass through a certain procedure. There should be a certain platform, or rather a vetting system that goes. So not everybody even has the right to go even and claim you want to pick nomination papers if you don't have everything in check. So the submission and then the criteria that FRONASA through Senior Matovu are taking is the way to go. For anything to work in any system, there should always be structures working. If there's anything that needs to be like, let's say, for example, Yubu and Edirisa, he was emphasizing that there should be a way police or other security should be engaged. But we have had security up to date working in most of these institutions. You go to Parliament here, we have ZMI, we have office of, we have State House, agents and operatives, and their work is not even to be part of the day-to-day operations or engagements. Theirs is to do things underground, low-key, fill up reports, fill up notes, and forward to the relevant authorities. That is how it works. But you see, with such a system, there's always a compromise. Because if I don't want to betray my friend, my brother Matovu here, I would rather come to him and I say that I have had information about you, and it is incriminating you. So
blackmailing.
Yes. So you see, and that has happened to me before. Before they published some pictures somewhere, they called me and said, "My friend, we need to sit on a round table. This is what we have seen." And so, but it was a clique of journalists and some security operatives that I know. I know them one-on-one. So you can see the level of compromise that I'm talking about. So with the kind of path that the elder is taking, could be one thing that possibly we're all looking up to clean our political space and then make sure that we have a safe haven to do very practical politics and not politics of jokers. Because you see, anyone to come into elective politics, you should know what has taken you there. But if you are to look at currently our scenario, the lack of engagements between the civil, the CSOs, and then having politics commercialized has led into a lot of factors that are not, productive. There's no service delivery everywhere you have to go. I was interacting with my friend, a very good friend, you know him, the ED of Axfim. He was talking about how money in politics has really affected the outcome of political, engagements in our country, or the productivity level. I told him, yes, you see, at one point, you never know that it can reach to a point where it turns from ideology into transactional. And that is where we are heading to. You can see the type of politics. If my manifesto doesn't have ideological conception, and then what I am talking about is to appease a few cycles around me and tell them of how you should be able to increase certain allowances, or rather able to do these transactional kind of narratives, that is going to affect how we correspond or run as a country. So I believe that before anything is done, let's give it a period of 6 months before elections. Electoral Commission should be up to task and engage from the elites, those of Matovu who are disorganized in need right now. They don't know what they want. Because a young party that is barely 1 year old cannot be disorganized in that stature. So you now need stakeholders. They now need the Electoral Commission, together with the other stakeholders, to sit them down and engage them and tell them, this is what we need.
Okay.
This is how it should run. Now, if there is any kind of disaster or conflict beyond repair, Electoral Commission should take charge with the other stakeholders. Because if themselves have failed, you can either revoke the license that the certificate they got until they amend their issues. This is happening. So, for that to occur, as I think I conclude on this topic, the best is that let's see how government can adopt this. Let's see how this can be fronted through Parliament. I don't know how that will happen. But for the security apparatus or agencies to be involved in the political space, to be involved in the economical space, to be involved even in a social aspect, there's no problem. But to be involved in the economic and political space is affecting the outcome of results in our economy and in our country.
Well, the absence of what we've been talking about safety education could be also the major reason why we are seeing
the disorganization here.
Yes, and by the way, gentlemen, NEED is no longer the youngest political party.
Mr. Democratic Front.
Mr. Munyagwa's party, where people are eating, pilau. What's the name of the party?
Yeah.
There's some funny name.
Is that something? No.
But a symbol is, that big plate. Civic education.
Now,
You
that's a
see-
good topic not to discuss. But I want to tell you one thing. When you tell this government, when you tell NRA to amplify that voice of civic engagement, it's like telling someone, you cut off the hand that has been feeding you. This NRM to stay for now close to 40 years. It is because of the ignorance.
It's capitalizing on our ignorance?
Yes, indeed. I think on several occasions, Mr. Museveni has told you that he has his supporters in the villages. They are deep in the villages. Isn't it true? Why? In those deep ends, there are no radios, they don't read newspapers, they don't watch TV, and there is no social media. The TikTok, Facebook, etc. It's not there.
And these are people who are pushing the narrative, even here in the state has reached. Museveni si mubi, naye abo bamwetoolodde.
But now, I challenge those ones. All the people began with, the last person to leave him was Amama Mbabazi. But ever since Amama Mbabazi left, and I think you
But he
understand.
came back.
Yeah, and I think you understand what I
It's
mean.
important to add that he came
Yeah. Yes, he came back, but in a different way. We used to say Mbabazi is bad. Museveni is good, but this is Mbabazi. You got a point. Now Mbabazi left for some time. Did you see any change? That because Mbabazi left, so there was that change? No. So going back to the point of civic engagement. One time we had discussion with the chairperson EC, Justice
Mr.
Yabakama, and raised that issue. So for him it was like, we don't have enough resources.
But they have 1.something trillion.
No, I mean that's according to him.
That
They have
was
no-
They requested for
Yes,
that money.
they have not enough resources to do the work. Now, my challenging question was, why can't this government, if you have goodwill for the same, why don't you leave with the political parties to help you? Because it is incumbent upon me, NEED, FDC, NUP, whoever, all right, who wants good governance, to go deep in the villages and sensitize these people, tell them what they should vote, say for example, why you should vote, the kind of leaders you should have, what is their role. But now because of lack of that engagement, you find people demanding roads, what.
But Bwana Matovu, you see, when you're talking about leaving it for parties, political parties.
No, I'm not saying leaving it for political parties.
Or rather, relinquishing it to the political parties.
I'm saying, EC does not have.
NEED right now is disorganized. How do you want us to
Now, I think
try-
later,
engage in your
let
interest.
us
and then also when you are
let's
raising
not
the
play
point,
around with this.
no, when you are raising the
this
point,
issue.
when you are raising the point, the best idea should be electoral commission coming up and siding with political parties together with other stakeholders. like FRONASA.
My stance.
The best word wanted. As I'm raising
I
this,
still insist.
this is information to you. As we are going into elective politics, most of the political leaders that have been given these flags should go under the vetting process, like Elder was talking about. The vetting should be underground. Interview these people. Political parties should have been engaged to interview these people.
Now, you
And
are
then-
someone who doesn't know what his role is.
Then what is the role of a leader? That is why
Can you allow
that
this
is why
speak?
electoral
That is where you
commission
have a
in the same letter electoral commission.
You are giving information.
Now I'm giving
Haven't you
information.
finished?
I am giving him information.
Okay.
He has always given me information.
Give
He
me
has helped
information.
me.
You have 1 second to give me information.
3 to 6 months policy certificates should be given to all leaders in every political party. There should be a vetting process plus also orientation of these leaders that you are bringing, because you see the bunch of leaders you are bringing to parliament who cannot raise anything.
But now,
Instead, you are locking your
talking
He has
hands.
taken the information.
So,
you are
take the
talking
information
about
there.
Yes,
giving a certificate and license to these political parties.
Orient
but the
them.
person himself who is issuing these certificates is not aware of his role. We are with Biabakama. We are asking him, who is in charge of security during elections? Is it the police? Is it the army? Is it you? And if it's you, who comes first? in the Kawempe elections, you remember. It was the military first. Jet was there first, Red Top second, police third, then EC came.
But the other day I had him castigate the security operatives who disorganized this campaign.
Yeah, and that's what I'm telling you.
And
Now,
because it's
if he himself cannot
responsibility.
acknowledge his responsibility, now you are telling him, you go and give certificates to the political parties. If he himself cannot fulfill his job.
Together with the sect or the secretariat of the FRONASA,
Let me
the
make
need
my
should
point
come
clear.
together.
Let me
That
make
is what
my
the letter
point
is
clear.
emphasizing. Let's come together
Let me
in a
make
uniform,
my
in a
point
uniformed way.
clear.
Front these ideas to electoral commission
Okay.
for us to be able to.
Yes,
I think this money belongs
Carry
to
on.
NRM.
No, you carry on.
I think it belongs to NRM.
I don't.
Why is he lamenting now?
I am a non-partisan.
Why is he lamenting here? He's just lamenting. You want,
I am guiding you.
You belong to
senior
NRM,
I am
the
guiding
party.
you, senior Matovu, because you really need this.
NRM party. Actually, I at times I exonerate NRM party because in some cases they are also innocent. It is the NRA. Because even if the FRONASA was telling you they are limping.
Are they two different?
But which one is
Yes, they're
NRA?
different.
I thought it's
NRA.
NRA. Which one is NRA now?
Are they different?
Vianney, can you help me differentiate between NRM and
Because it's the
NRA?
same leader.
No, can you help me differentiate that? Because it's all
It's like asking me for NASA, NRM, NRA. Same
can you
leader.
help us differentiate between NRA and NRMO?
The other one was a
One is a party.
outfit.
Now,
This one is what?
Now,
Is a political
one
party.
is a party. NRMO is the party
Then
forming the government now.
NRA.
Okay? Okay? NRMO is the party that formed the government. You call it the government of Uganda. NRA is the deep state, the ones with the powers. And it's in many cases.
But
you
NRA
might-
was dissolved.
Massive,
But
I'm not having
no,
this thing
no,
but
no, no,
dissolved.
no.
But
It's like saying there's a need,
It was
there's a
like-
need,
well, good thing you
no,
asked the
oh,
question.
which is an
Okay, let us
organization
listen
plus
to
a
it.
need.
No,
which
just
is
a minute. Just a minute. We are talking about FRONASA, a rebel outfit according to your words.
And so NRA was.
No, we are talking about FRONASA.
Yes.
A rebel outfit. And you're recognizing
It is.
FRONASA. A rebel?
Outfit.
Are you rebels now?
No.
But they went
They
to
were
fight for
back.
the just cause.
They were?
And so
But-
NRA was a rebel outfit.
So now,
Let
Which
me-
brought the NRM?
Let me.
Now-
Let's
Now-
listen to the hosts. From the host's mouth now.
I will buy the presentation of this gentleman. Thank you. Caution us, only the people we are taking to Parliament to represent us on legislation. What is making us conflicting ideas here is lame legislation. In law, a revolutionary struggle is not supposed to form a party. But in Parliament, that's where an act came, a political law of opening up the space. That's what they were calling it. In opening up the space, there was formation of political parties. They decided to remove the word A, which was a popular struggle, NRA, include M, becoming NRM, forming a political party.
NRMO.
So those O, also the O,
What
came,
does the O stand for?
came in.
Organization, that's what it's trying to mean.
But that is the registered party.
NRM, not
Is that
NRM.
what among Babas and
Oh,
That is the registered party.
Let me give you O. O came also in the Parliament when they fragmented themselves into two. Others thinking that they are more superior than the others. That's when the
To
NRMO
accommodate them all.
came. But in registration in the electoral commission,
NRM.
it is NRM.
Now, let me make
So
my
I
point.
am right to say NRA was dissolved.
Yes, what's
Okay, now that is
Now we have
according to you.
NRA.
Let me
Yes.
speak to the viewers. Now I'm not speaking to you. There is a difference between NRM, party or organization, and NRA. Who is in charge of this country? It is NRA. And I'm very clear on this. The likes of Kapeka.
National Resistance Army.
Yes,
That's what NRA is.
yes.
National Resistance Army
the
was,
National Resistance Army-
was dissolved,
Yes,
and that's
it is
why you are
okay.
seeing UPDF.
For me, I'm speaking to the
Uganda
viewers.
People's Defense
I'm
Forces.
speaking to the viewers.
Carry on.
Who is in charge of this? Now, you're just been talking about CMY investigating these issues. Why? Because we have militarized everything. And I'm talking about NRA and we're disputing it. You guys, what's the problem?
Including in need, there's
It is okay. Where there is meter in need, that is you have militarized everything.
because you change it
Now,
from a front to an
yes, it is
organization.
okay, no problem. But now,
Limited by
when you
guarantee.
tell,
Leaders don't not in the front. Maybe an economic.
Rebranding, that's what they call it.
now, when you tell this system that you go educate people on their roles, the whatever, everything, a member of parliament does this, a councillor does this, and you are voting like this, please, this NRM government has survived on disorganization of the society. They disorganize you. No, you just move along the road. You see where there is a supermarket, there is a garage, there is somebody cooking, there is a stage, border stage here, very disorganized. No order.
No,
and
but
that is how we have
No,
survived.
but that comes back to the leadership
But
we sent.
you be
Gentlemen, let's
But I'm guiding you. I am guiding you. I am guiding you. That is back to the leadership. No,
Mr.
that is back to the leadership.
But
Need you want to send Kableta, but you are fighting with the
Let's take a break.
You want to take as a president, you don't want
When we
to.
come back,
I'm fighting to
yes, when we come back,
to deliver my point.
we shall be looking at politicians loyal to their political parties. And our case would be NUP, where a number of contenders were denied cards. They have since defected to other political parties. Party loyalty is what we're going to be discussing after this break. Let me go.
Okay.
Could stay with us. You're still watching The Dialogue. My name is Edirisa Muwonge and we're coming live to you from Kampala Road Yuntoban Center where we are based. And we are here digesting, discussing matters of national importance. I do have Mr. Matovu. He's seated at the extreme end. He's the FRONASA National Coordinator. Next to him is Mr. Tim Levy Akona Pesa. He's a political analyst. And next to me is Mr. Matovu Moses, controversial NEED spokesperson.
Even when I cleared the air, you still bring.
There's controversy.
Just 1 second, wind up on the other issue, and after that, you touch this major issue. I also want to start with you. Loyalty to political parties. Mr. Tim was kind of talking about it briefly, but he didn't exhaust it. But a case study I want us to use is the NUP, where, having denied some members flags in the party, they have chosen to defect from the political party.
Okay.
And now they've found home somewhere else.
All right. Now, as I summarize on the other point, we have a problem. This government, it is deliberate. They don't educate people. It is deliberate because it helps them to survive. This government survives on the ignorance of the public. It survives on the impoverished society, etc. But basically, ignorance is key. Then, commercialization of politics. So, when you educate people, the masses will, of course, know this man is dishing out money because he wants this position. But but where we are sending this man, say a councillor or whatever, is not competent enough. They will not vote. Yet this man comes. Their leader, Mr. Museveni, his tool, the strongest tool is money. So now, tasobola kubuusa abantu balina okubeerawo wali.
Lately has been condemning.
No. What he says is different from what he
does.
He does. So okay, that one is done. Now,
let's touch
the other issue of loyalty. One, we are into multi-party dispensation, where people are at liberty to join any political outfit of their choice.
That's a constitutional right.
Yes.
Belonging to any political organization.
But secondly, when we talk about loyalty, what would glue me onto a party or to stick me to that party is the ideology. If I could ask you, or we challenge anybody even watching, what is NUP's ideology? Actually,
don't go there.
Before even
when you represent
don't
go there.
You have brought a case study.
Yeah,
but of NUP, and my
don't indulge much.
No. If you don't want us to debate that party because they have no representation here, do you bring NRM because they are here? Do you want to say nobody has crossed from NRM?
It was a wrong choice to start with you on that topic.
Just a minute.
I know your feelings.
No. Unfortunately, you don't allow me to speak.
Okay.
Now, if I'm debating that one, and my point
objectively.
Yes.
But okay.
Loyalty stems from the ideology. Why am I in need? Because I believe in need due to the values.
Okay,
the ideology.
Allow me to interrupt you. And allow me, please. Allow me start with another panelist to discuss this topic.
Now,
please.
If that is the case,
let's use.
We have NRM. Last season. We have let me give examples. We have Nsamba Oshabi was from NRM, crossed to NUP. Was that loyalty? Why don't you use a case study of NRM that we're having on the panel?
Okay, let's use NRM. I had forgotten with NUP.
The question is, no. When you brand me that way, you are missing out a point. We have so many parties.
I follow you on Facebook, Mr.
Okay, now never give me any topic about NUP to discuss.
Let's discuss
if that's what you feel.
Use NRM, okay. Use NRM as a case study.
Do these NRMs have ideology? You ask them. They are here. Let them tell us the ideology.
Yes, we have an ideology.
Which ideology? Tell us.
We have the ideology of the forces that are governing us. That's an ideological concept. The first one is a Pan-Africanism. We have democracy.
Every election cycle, they come up with a new ideology. And that's
protecting the game.
That's what they call ideology.
Yeah,
that's what an ideology.
What do you know?
Let me guide him. The NRM has 4 core principles.
Ideology.
That's what the ideology.
But that's where our ideology is
nationalism,
man.
What is the ideology of need?
That's where the ideology is.
What is the ideology? What is the ideology of need?
That's where
our
the ideology is embedded.
is derived from
just
the
like
core
yours,
purpose that
every
were broken
power
from
says
six
If I had their constitution, I would show you every election cycle they come with 4 or 5 principles. 4 or 5 principles. When they went in the bush, they had 10.
We have
When
maintained
did they
the
0
4.
to 4?
One elder.
They had
I
10.
think we need to guide this young.
Principles. No. They had 10 principles.
Let's first allow
when
Mr.
joining
Mr.
the bush, just a minute. When joining the bush, they had 10. When did they 0 to 4? But every time they come with different ones. Every time they come with different ones, with the slogans, and you call that ideology. That is why you will see people. Now, when somebody goes independent, and when you got parliament, most of the independents are from NRM. So you go independent, you cease to belong to a party. So isn't that defection? Is that loyalty? Because there is an ideology.
And we're asking, why is that so? Why would people, choose to join political parties and are not going to respect the party?
One thing I'm telling you.
Not giving you a card and you defect from the party, it means you are not respecting.
Matovu Muwonge,
Yes,
allow me speak.
Now, I was putting
My point is still on ideology. Because of lack of ideology, people find no reason. You go and, okay, there are so many DPs who have defected to other parties. But there are those DPs, even when Mao took DP to NRM, they are still there. Why? They believe in what they believe in. And it is a code that doesn't change. They are there.
I'll come back to you.
That is one ideology. 2, politics is no longer about offering service. It's about making money.
It's a career now.
You deny me a ticket in NUP. If they can give me a ticket in NRM, I'll pick it. If I can sell through. Because my objective is to have that position so that I can make money. You heard what this Sauda Madada said. They told us we are going to be this, we are going to do this. Now they get this match there. For us, they are denying us the foot soldiers, etc. It is about money, not offering leadership. So my issues are 2. Ideology, lack of ideology, concept, and commercialization. They are making money instead of offering service. Yes, yet politics is one where you get leaders from.
Okay.
And these leaders decide the fate of our lives. So, because there is money in it, they are handsomely paid, they loot, there is a lot of looting in these positions. So everyone feels like, no, you deny me here, I will join PFF. You deny me PFF, I will join somewhere. For as long as I make it to that position.
Okay. Mr. Vian, I want us still to focus on the NUP because also the NRM is going to discuss NUP objectively.
Let me see.
But I'm not of the Matovu I follow on Facebook. It doesn't have any kind words for you. That's why I said it was the wrong decision to use your NUP.
Just like he doesn't have kind
I know what I'm
words.
talking about.
Just like he doesn't have kind words for his president. And then he used to praise the money.
So, but it hurt you so much.
Mr. Vian,
I'm not compared to your
Here we
friend,
are.
but it's disciplined.
the current biggest opposition political party, where people have been their candidates, in the previous cycle, they were given the flag, they contested and they won. This time around, when they came back to contest for the same, they were denied flags. And they have since moved away from the political party. That was at local government level. And I think at the beginning we were expecting at the end of this week, but I think it's going to happen next week. That is the MOPs, where those who are going to be denied flags, there is a high possibility that we're going to see bigger, defections. Another exodus may happen, just like it happened in the DP, where numbers and group moved from DP and joined NUP. This time around, may see it actually happen in NUP. Because I don't think big fish like, say, Ghana and others, if they are denied, flags, I doubt whether they are going to, respect the party's decision, not contest. What does this imply? Members not respecting their party's decision. Because one was arguing that the party always wants the best for itself. For them to field a candidate to contest for a certain political office, they believe that that is the most favorable candidate. And they wouldn't put a weak candidate. Whoever they put there, they believe that this one is our Messi or our Ronaldo or our Alan Okello. So, why wouldn't members respect the party's decision?
You used the word royalty.
Sure.
Royalty is an ancient word. It's older than all of us here. In the ancient royalty, whether your master is wrong or right, you bow and respect. This is why the ancient religion, the leader of that religion, whether he is wrong or right, is respected. But when the colonialists colonized the information and the behavior of Africans, for somebody aggrandizing himself and assuming and claiming to be clever, misbehavior arose. Take an example of my brother Matovu, which he has said that the other one is more superior than this, which is equally wrong and causing a conflict. Readers, before aggrandizement imparted on us through fake education, which they call elite and academia, of the fakeism, because we study in all researches and universities and primaries and other tertiary institutions, what is there is ancient lectures, which we think we are wise. Let us put it clear. Even when you bring ideologism, ideology is not a one man's person, but because of the current education of who thinks is wise, thinks to write it alone, and it becomes a Dutch constitution and the pigeonholes. So that's the problem with our influencing and burdening the elasticity of the coordination and cohesion of the members and their elected leaders within one party. Then, additionally, because of the influence of our education, we are now eyeing maximization of profits, which is financial and mercantile burden, which is bringing the problem. This is why when I lose, when they don't give a party flag, I feel cheated, because I'm not eyeing the ideology and the social contract I have with that party. Because when you are joining a party, you have to make a social contract with them and the elective society. But now, how they prepared political parties, the Europeans, the colonizers who brought us into this, when we were chasing them with the Bataka movement, I don't hope this one who knows Bataka movement and this one, in their context of history, not the dank sheet of reasoning we are using here, they were educated. Uganda with their kings, the ancient ones, read a governance which was balancing in every clan. Even those the queens and the King George of the first coped from here. They were lectured from here in the king's palaces. When they took a report by Captain Rugard, they said that in Africa, that's how that report reads, but they confiscated it. They don't allow anybody to read it by Perry in Peru. They said that in Africa, we have innumerable thinkers, and I am sure before the Europeans thought of writing, writers were in Africa. Innumerable doctors, those are scientists. Then they came back with their formation called RAW. The RAW, the worldwide RAW, say that me, who is elected as the chairperson of UPM, I must control everybody. And nobody is supposed to think. Nobody is supposed to express his anxiety or what he feels fair And those are migrations from party to party, which are defections. So receiving defectors, and you think you have received upright, potentially thinking people, you are in a mess. This is why I was advising these brothers of mine, NRM, that seeing Anita Among as they sympathize is very wrong with a swarm of defectors may come in and remain, sustain and uphold their impatience, which chased them from where they migrated from. Now, the laws we have in place are helping us to migrate everywhere. Whether you are wrong or not, let us behave like sportsmen and women. In sports, when you are red-carded, it is not criminal. They give you a period to come back in sports. When the physician checks you and finds you an addict of any addiction, they give you. Now let us have an upright people, as this one was advising us in a registration. When you defect, when you cause havoc in your party where you were, they give you a grace period to join elsewhere. Because now we are creating a behavior, because they are not even disciplined, because they are very sure they will destabilize need, welcomed somewhere, and even promoted. That's very, very wrong. You first contest, failure, you go elsewhere, you earn a big one. We are going to have very wrong character leaders, as this one was telling us. Because nobody who can check himself and come with clean understanding and behavior, because we are convincing them to come. When my sister Rebecca Kadaga was at hot ransoms and rampages in the sec, Noop was entertaining a drama on a move to the left to welcome her there. So we are not grooming readers. We are not devising means for a situation of leadership. And within leadership, character is more essential. Even this of education is very, very additional.
Just some small information. I talked about commercialization of politics. Now, if somebody fails there, and for me can win for me a position, I'll give that person a card.
Plus the money.
Actually, plus money, because I want that position. All right? When he gets the position, me as a party, I'm gaining. But again, that person is also making money. You understand? So now, it is on two ways. The person defecting and the receiver of this person. They're all in that kind of business.
But that one doesn't create a good environment of leadership.
But on top of that,
because
to finish
that one is by the current law of iPod.
Just a single.
Because in iPod,
Mr. Museveni some time back told voters that for me, I don't care. If those jerry cans are yellow, you vote for them. If somebody is sleeping, or can sleep in the parliament, but
as long as it's NRM.
Is NRM just?
I want to bring in a team because you are about to get
what does that mean?
Mr.
The issue is not about the leadership, the kind of leader you want.
Mr. Team.
Okay? It's about the numbers.
Before this,
you wind up.
Before
because I'm looking at the clock, yes.
That one in political science and wisdom is cheap popularity.
It is. Mr. Tim.
Yes.
What we are discussing is the lack of party loyalty, where people defect from their political parties after they've been denied the flag or card, call it what you like. That does not apply to only one political party. We saw it in your own NRM. Sechkubo, he may bounce back and contest as an independent, having lost to General Washande and so many others.
There are quite a number of them, yes.
Quite a number. Why is it like that? Why don't they respect the party's decision? And for NRM's case, by the way, I think in your case, in NRM's case, people should be respecting that, because here, unlike NUP, where a certain committee is the one that decides who to give the card, but in NRM it's very transparent. With all due respect to NUP and its processes, but in NRM it's more transparent. Or team, you contest with Edirisa, you stand, and the one who gets more,
they count 50, 100, 320.
Let the team take it up.
Thank you.
They've
You
said that was
see,
AI, so-
issues here, that was AI. We don't have that in records anyway. Anyway,
You didn't
it's a
admit
joke.
anyway.
Issues of party disloyalty has not been something that has been recent. We have seen it stretch from the times of UPC, from the times of DP, back into the current, generational party, political parties that we have currently. And if you're to see the times of UPC, most of the candidates that were in DP defected into UPC. And there was an intertwine. You will see candidates from DP come this way and then go back the other side. That's if they don't have their own interests. So, to be a bit open, I would say that this should be in functionalism or rivalries. What the rivals? If me and Bwana Matovu are rivals in need, then there will always be a cohesion. There will always be fire in between. So some of these rivalries are what breed disloyalty within the parties. And you have seen that with the current breed of, or rather I call it exodus. FDC has created how many fronts? Created ANT, and they will have the PFF. Those are now political parties. All that came through disloyalty within the party structures. And that was after elections. We have also seen NUP generate and form Democratic Front. And what happens? You see, some of the members.
It's wrong to put it that
in
way.
deep.
It's
No,
wrong-
I'm
it's
bringing
wrong to put it-
a
Just
very
say
subjective.
Former members of NUP formed the DA.
I am bringing a subjective based from what you should perceive as political parties to individuals. If I'm talking about individuals, I'll even categorize Bwana Matovu here. They're already having, they're already locking heads in NUP.
We are seeing another party born out of.
Yes, there might be need because they came from a front to an organization now, limited by guarantee. So the cluster of executives who consider themselves as the founders, they should be the final decision makers. They have fired and suspended their own president. That's disloyalty. You're not considering the aspect of the party plus the subscribers, people who have an ideology of what NEED was created for. If NEED was a pressure group, it should have remained as a pressure group. So we're talking about this in general context. I'm not only generalizing NUP and so on, because you can see in NRM, we have the previous primaries that were held by our professor, Tango Doi. We had over 400 petitions, and the tribunal tried to dissolve. I think they only made like 4 where they withdrew and then nullified elections over small errors. I think that are attributed to NRM as a party. Now, as I'm speaking, they're already picking nomination forms as of yesterday and then the day before. I think all of this previous week they have been picking nomination. The analysis that we have on ground is that in areas where people are not satisfied with the results, we have a lot of independents of NRM leaning coming back to contest as candidates, but they will be leaning. So NRM rather has a very big issue right now, that if they don't handle it carefully, we are most likely going to see a very big number of NRM candidates coming, and possibly they will sit and dine.
And by the way,
the opposition
has always happened. People
Yes,
in
that has always happened.
and they win.
Yes. Now,
Which shows there's a
for
problem with
NRM,
other political party.
for NRM, you find that they have an electoral process. It's not like the way we were seeing
As
NEED.
you wind up on that matter.
Yes, not like they were seeing NEED, not like they were seeing Democratic Front, who were handpicking. He was in the leader, and they did not go for an electoral, system. I have not seen the.
In fact,
No, I have not seen
ask
them.
him as you
Yes,
get out of
I
here,
have not seen
how
them
they arrive at their candidates.
hold those elections. The only party I have seen holding elections here is NRM. They went there, they were making lines. NEED, he has told us they have candidates. It is the first time
How
I'm
did they arrive
here.
at candidates?
They have candidates.
Let's point out to him. Point it out to him. How did they arrive at
Yes,
candidates?
you do elections.
Your internal
How do you do your election?
You line up.
Let me inform
How come you have said 400 petitions?
But all of them are dissolved.
Just line up.
Answer our question, Mr.
Answer.
How
How do you
did
do
they
your
arrive at
elections?
these candidates you're having? You have produced as need to hold your flags.
People contest.
How?
Where we have no.
So here,
where,
let me give you an example.
where we have more than
Let
one.
me give you an example. Here I've come with your team, and we're all interested in Kampala Central.
Have you had issues with that party in terms of elections?
So, when Edirisa, you can hear from the
Or you just
spokesperson.
want to create one? No, let's be clear. Have you had any issues in regards to elections in our party, or you just want to create some issues? You have not had a single issue.
But in
And
the
it's not
near
about-
future, they are going to arise.
Yes, in the near future, we have a
No, you see.
And the
But
stakeholders.
mechanism, yes.
And the
When
stakeholders.
Edirisa-
It's our right to
Just
know.
a
When-
minute.
when
It's
Edirisa-
our right. No.
When we come,
were in Rila.
when we come on
But
national
you have
TV,
not had issues in Rila. Now, why are you bothered?
We are concerned. In the
When
near
we-
future,
Yes, you are concerned because the waters are.
the waters
when-
will come.
when we come
For
on
now,
national-
it may be calm.
Yes.
When we
if
come on
that
national
time
TV,
comes, if that time
I
comes,
want to be
we
put.
shall
I want to be
sort
put on record. It's not the first time I'm having a dialogue, or rather sharing the same platform with my brother here, Matovu. There are controversial statements he has mentioned, and right now is beginning to retract.
Which statements?
I will not go there. I'm talking
Which
about
statements?
this.
No. Don't blackmail me, man.
NEED went to northern Uganda.
Yes,
they
we
did
were
not hold elections. They handpicked people.
But why don't you
Now,
Okay,
Have you
Mr.
had people?
Why-
Have you had people challenging?
Democratic
Why
Front.
don't you
Democratic Front.
Just a second, Mr. T. Okay, just help me and answer my question, because I'm here to ask you questions, and you're here to answer some of them. And I ask
not-
questions.
no, I'm not
I
all.
ask questions.
And not all.
I ask questions sometimes to benefit our viewers,
Yeah.
listeners. How does NEED arrive at its candidates? For NRM, we know they engage in power.
Oh, yeah, we go for electoral
NUP, there's a committee. How does NEED get its candidates?
We have our system. If people are like they are three on a similar position, they are going to contest. We take them back, because so far as we speak now, you are talking to a party that is not more than 2 months old.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it doesn't. Now, what we
It
do,
doesn't matter.
we do harmonization, but we have not had such.
When
we have
Lamine
not-
Yamal is playing against the senior defenders.
Yes, I told you, we are in Rira. We had about 40. We have no issues. Now, why are you challenged by the system we are using?
We're not
If you had some fire coming from Rira,
The other day,
No, just
last
as
week,
well.
we
We had
had
some issues.
You remember
Celebration.
the man from DF we had here? These are some of the questions we are pointing out.
yes, and I'm telling you,
when Edirisa-
because you have
Edirisa-
no issues,
I don't-
you're now worried.
I don't want to be distracted from my point of view on a.
But
on
we
a-
had 40.
No, I don't want to be distracted from.
Issues
We've been
and no wonder
discussing
why.
disloyalty.
Yes, Mr. Vian.
Yes, we have to consider the enshrines of the law. Does the law
What is it?
allow
What we
a political party to govern, or you systematically go by
For us, we
what
follow-
tendered in
for us, we
program?
follow our constitution. What
So,
it tells us to do.
The
what we follow.
constitution
they have a
is now
constitution.
work, is not operational. When you have wretches, the
Cracks.
cracks.
But we have no cracks.
You have cracks
Who is
already
the- who
from
is
the
the-
top.
Yeah,
level.
Yes, we have suspended the leader.
You have a
Following
party.
the constitution.
You have a party president. You don't
Uh-uh.
have a party president. That's
Suspension.
yes. You are
Mr.
disloyal
Okembe is our party
within your
president.
system. The
No. Mr.
There's a
Okembe is
crack.
our party president.
Who?
You
My
man, what I talk
my
about?
friend.
No, I'm talking about the flag there.
Let us
We
clean
don't
it.
want one.
Let us
I
clean-
told you it's not all
Brother
about
Matovu,
having presidential flag.
Let us
I mean,
clean it
contestants.
with the law on the bench. Suspension is a coup without arms.
That is true.
You have suspended even the constitution. It will resurrect and reflect back after when you
No
vote,
problem.
when the delegates
No problem.
and other authorized organs by the law.
They have
to
not
reinstate
called
Which
for
is
NEC.
okay.
They have not called for NEC, which means they have not called for delegates.
You guys are too emotional.
Democratic.
You guys are too emotional. But
Hold on.
in the east of Uganda,
Hold on.
it is only need that has successfully suspended its
When
president.
as I conclude on this topic,
Yes, as we also get out of here.
NUP called
without
for
time
delegates
to-
conference, and they had a resolution that the committee be the one to select the candidates. Even if we're seeing some cracks there, because we're hearing there's been some volumes of money, rather the money talk in politics. We have Democratic Front called for delegates in Masaka, and they are going countrywide to pick their candidates. We had FDC also sit there in Ajanakumbi, call for their delegates.
And your question is,
We had the
We had the
all the
NRM.
political parties.
We had
NRM.
killing people.
NRM.
In the process of getting their candidates, NRM.
NRM.
They were killing people.
NRM.
gentlemen, we have to exceed
People
this
were
point.
killed.
Our time is
People were killed in
Thank you so much.
Now my brother is emotional.
Thank you so much, Mr.
My brother is emotional.
Thank
But
you
I'm
so
telling you
much.
to be honest with you,
I'm not-
correct your
But NRM is killing people.
NRM is
so
here.
much,
to stay.
dear viewers. We've come to the end of this edition.
So are you?
Of the day.
Why do you
Thank
feel
you so much,
offended?
gentlemen. May
You
God
see
bless
us
you.
telling you
Goodbye for now. I'll see you next weekend. Inshallah.
Come on.
What about the visual? Change your ways.
They have suspended
Yeah.
each other.
Obviously,